Be honest with me for a second. When was the last time you got genuinely excited about something? Not just, that's pretty cool, but the kind of excitement where you couldn't stop thinking about it. If it's been a while, you're not alone. But here's the surprising part. Your brain didn't become boring. It became efficient. And once you understand why, you can start changing it. Let's do a quick memory test. Think about a song you were completely obsessed with a few months ago. You played it on repeat, sent it to your friends, maybe even knew every lyric by heart. Now ask yourself, does that same song still hit the way it used to? Probably not. The song didn't change. Your brain did. Once it learned every beat, every drop, every lyric, there was nothing left to discover. The excitement faded because your brain had already figured it out. That's not laziness or a lack of motivation. It's how your brain is designed to work. Back in the 1990s, neuroscientist Wolfram Schultz ran a famous experiment with monkeys that helps explain why so many things lose their spark over time. Each time a light appeared, the monkey received a treat. At first,
the biggest burst of dopamine happened when the treat arrived, but after repeating the pattern again and again, something fascinating happened. The brain stopped reacting as strongly to the treat and began responding to the light instead, because the light predicted what was coming next. Eventually, once the entire sequence became completely predictable, even that burst of excitement faded back to normal. Scientists call this a reward prediction error. In simple terms, your brain isn't most excited by rewards themselves. It becomes excited when something is better or more surprising than expected. Once everything becomes predictable, your brain naturally pays less attention. Think about how that shows up in everyday life. Ever spend 20 minutes scrolling through Netflix, convinced there's something amazing to watch, only to end up feeling bored no matter what you choose? Or open social media expecting something interesting, then realize you've been scrolling for an hour without actually enjoying any of it? It's not because there isn't good content. It's because your brain already burned through the anticipation. The excitement came from expecting something new, not from consuming more of the same. There's another classic psychology finding that makes this even clearer. Researchers showed people photos of Olympic medal ceremonies
and asked strangers to rate how happy each athlete looked, without revealing who won which medal. Surprisingly, bronze medalists often appeared happier than silver medalists. Even though silver technically ranks higher, many silver medalists were mentally stuck thinking, I was so close to gold. Bronze medalists, on the other hand, were more likely to think, I could have left with nothing, and I still won a medal. Same podium, same celebration, completely different expectations. The difference wasn't the medal itself, it was the story each person's brain was telling. That's something most people never realize. Your happiness isn't determined only by what you have. It's heavily shaped by what you expected to happen compared to what actually happened. The bigger the positive surprise, the stronger the emotional reward. When everything becomes expected, even good things begin to feel ordinary. So why does life sometimes feel flat? Why do hobbies lose their excitement? Why does your phone seem impossible to put down, even though it rarely makes you feel better afterward? Because your brain adapts incredibly well. After years of constant scrolling, endless notifications, autoplay videos, and instant entertainment, it becomes used to fast, predictable rewards. It's not broken. It's simply doing what it's evolved to do, conserving energy by paying less attention to things it already understands. There's another important distinction here. Neuroscientists have found that wanting something and actually enjoying it involve different brain systems. That's why you can desperately want to check your phone, open another app, or watch one more video, yet feel strangely unsatisfied afterward. The urge was real. The enjoyment just never caught up. The good news is that this process can be reversed. Not overnight, but through consistent changes that teach your brain to value novelty and effort again. Start by taking a break from quick-hit entertainment for just 1 week. No
endless short-form videos whenever you're bored. It might feel uncomfortable at first, and that's exactly the point. You're giving your brain a chance to reset its expectations. Next, put a little effort before every reward. Read 10 pages before checking your phone. Finish a short walk before opening social media. Let yourself experience a few minutes of boredom instead of instantly reaching for a screen. Those quiet moments aren't empty. They're often when your brain becomes most creative and starts paying attention again. Then, intentionally add small surprises back into your life. Take a different route home. Try a new recipe. Call a friend you haven't spoken to in months. Learn one new skill, even if it's tiny. Your brain is naturally drawn to novelty, and those small changes help wake up the systems that have been running on autopilot. And don't overlook sleep. Consistently getting 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep gives your brain the chance to recover, regulate attention, and respond better to rewarding experiences. Without it, every other habit becomes much harder to maintain. Here's the part I hope you remember. The goal isn't to make your life constantly more exciting. No one can live in a permanent state of excitement. The real goal is to teach your brain how to notice excitement again, to stop treating every good experience like background noise. Try these changes consistently for a few weeks and pay attention to what shifts. You may be surprised by how different ordinary moments begin to feel. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments which part felt the most familiar. And if you decide to give these ideas a real chance, come back and share what changed. I genuinely love to hear your experience.